Hello everyone, welcome EduGram Audiobook Maharashtra State Board Series. Today we are going to listen Class 6th Chapter 3, Diversity in Living Things and Their Classification. Can you recall? In which spheres of the earth do living things exist? The geographical conditions at different places on the earth are very different. We find that living things exist in all these diverse conditions. When we live in a certain place, we adjust to the conditions there. Various types of living things have survived because of their ability to adjust themselves to the conditions in their surroundings. Are the plants and animals that you have seen all alike? Diversity in plants. Various types of plants are found in many places around us. Some plants like grass are short, while others are tall and have a canopy. Some plants grow underwater, while some others float on water. We find that some plants grow even in deserts. Moreover, we find that there is a lot of variety in the same type of plant. For example, there are different varieties of rice or wheat, different types of roses, and mangoes of different flavors. Some plants grow even without stems, leaves or roots. These are very different from ordinary plants. Let us study this diversity among plants. Plants make their own food in sunlight. Such plants are called autotrophic plants. For example, the hibiscus, pomegranate, periwinkle, etc. Some plants like funguses, loranthus, dodder use other plants for food and are said to be heterotrophic. Plants like the pitcher plant even consume insects. They are insectivorous. The structure of a plant. Plant structure can generally be divided into two parts: the stem, which grows above the ground, and the root, which grows below the ground surface. The root, stem and leaves are the main parts of plants. From time to time, plants bear flowers for reproduction. Flowers are transformed into fruits. Fruits have seeds. Seeds give rise to new plants. The flower. This is the most attractive part of a plant. It is connected to the stem by a stalk which may be long or short. A flower has a typical color and shape. The flower is an important means of reproduction. The leaf. The leaf is flat. It plays an important role in the production of food. Leaves are mainly of two types, simple and compound leaves. Simple leaf. Hibiscus. Compound leaf. Rose. The stem. The height, shape and size of a plant depends upon the stem. The stem carries out the functions of production, conduction and storage of food. In some plants, it has the function of reproduction. It gives support to other parts of the plant. The fruits have different shapes. Fruits contain one or more seeds. The pods of beans and peas are actually fruits. The roots hold the soil firmly and anchor the plant. The main functions of the root are to absorb and transport water and nutrients from the soil. The roots of the carrot and radish also store food. There are two types of roots, taproot and fibrous root. Taproot. Hibiscus, banyan. Fibrous root. Onion, grass. Need for classification of plants. Up to now, information about lots of plants has been collected. While studying the diversity in plants, they are classified for the sake of convenience on the basis of the similarities and differences in their structure, their organs, and their other characteristics. The scientist Carolus Linnaeus made the first scientific classification of plants. Initially, it was his method of classification that was used by all. Take a round through a garden or in your surroundings and list the plants that you see. Draw their pictures as well. Draw a table as shown below and complete it on the basis of the information you gather. Discuss it in the class. Classification of plants. We can easily notice the differences in the shape and height of the plants in our surroundings. It is easy to classify the plants on the basis of this observation. 1. What are the similarities between a mango, a banyan, and a tamarind tree? Trees. Some plants grow tall. Their stem, or trunk, is hard and strong. They have branches at some height above the ground. They bear flowers and fruit for many years. Such plants are called trees. Trees are tall, big and perennial, i.e., they live for many years. 2. What are the similarities between the hibiscus, oleander and lantana plants? Shrubs. Some plants grow close to the ground. They give out branches very close to the ground. They are shorter and smaller than trees, but they have a thick and hard stem. The oleander, hibiscus, lantana, curranty, and rose are shrubs that may grow up to 2 to 3 meters. 3. What are the similarities between the fenugreek and periwinkle plants? Herbs. Herbs grow 1 to 1.5 meters tall. The stems of herbs are green and quite flexible as compared to those of trees and bushes. Herbs may live for a few months or up to 2 years. According to the size and height of their stems, plants can be classified into 3 types: trees, shrubs and herbs. Have you seen vines like the pumpkin, the railroad creeper, cavalli, watermelon, or the grapevine? How do they grow? Vines. Some vines need vertical support for growing, while some others spread on the ground. Climbers like the money plant have aerial roots. Have you seen the cucumber tendrils that look like a spring? Of what use could they be? Touch the stem of any vines. What do you feel? The stem of a creeper is very flexible, soft and green. It grows rapidly with the help of a support. For how many years do crops like bajra, wheat, corn, radish, marigold live? The life cycle of plants like jowar, sunflower is completed in 1 year. These plants are called annuals. The life cycle of plants like the carrot, beetroot is of 2 years. They are called biennials. Shrubs like the hibiscus and oleander and trees like mango and gulmohar live for several years and bear flowers and fruit. They are called perennials. According to the period of their life cycle, plants are classified as annuals, biennials, perennials. To which part of plants are butterflies and insects attracted? Plants that bear flowers are called flowering plants, while the plants that never bear flowers are called non-flowering plants. Non-flowering plants may not have organs like roots, stems, leaves. Do you know? The world's largest flower is found in Indonesia. The diameter of the flower of the plant Rafflesia arnoldi is about 1 meter. The world's smallest flower is of the plant called Wolffia or duckweed. Its diameter is as small as 0.5 millimeters. Can you tell? 1. Where does the pomegranate shrub grow? 2. Where does the lotus grow? 3. Where do bulrushes, the railroad creeper, grow? 4. Where does the dodder plant grow? We see different plants growing in different places around us. Plants can be classified according to their habitat, or the place where they grow. Land, water, marshy areas, deserts, and even a big tree are the various habitats of plants. Diversity and classification in animals. Different animals have developed different shapes to survive in the environment. There is a great variety in the body structure of animals too. The amoeba that cannot be seen with our eyes, the huge elephant, the small snail, the fish that swims in water, a kite that flies high in the sky, butterflies that flit around flowers, a house lizard that crawls on a wall are all animals. Each has different characteristics. Animals have body parts like a head, a neck, a torso, a tail, and limbs for movement. They have various organ systems which carry on various functions inside their body. In this respect, too, there is a lot of diversity in animals. Can you tell? What are the differences in the body structure of animals like a snake, a lizard, a tiger, a fish, an eagle, a hen, a crab, a housefly, an earthworm, a crocodile, and a grasshopper? We see a variety in animals with respect to their food as well. Since animals depend on others for their food, they are found in places where food is available. Different animals have different methods of obtaining and eating food. This, too, leads to differences in their body structure. Try this. Observe the animals in your surroundings. Make a list of their names. Complete the following table on the basis of the information obtained and discuss it in the class. Name of the animal. What is their food? How do they eat it? Where do they live? The special feature that you found. You will not see all animals in your own surroundings. Why is it so? Which are the other animals that you know of, but have not seen? Collect information about them using the above table. Try this. Take a drop of water from a puddle and place it on a glass slide. Observe it under a microscope. What do you see? When a drop of water from a puddle is seen under a microscope, innumerable microbes can be seen moving about in it. You will see the continuously moving amoeba. The paramecium is also a unicellular animal like the amoeba. A horse, a bear, a tortoise are multicellular animals. 1. What is the chain of bones in the center of our back called? Animals with a vertebral column, and those without it form two groups known as the vertebrates and invertebrates, respectively. Snakes, birds, fish and kangaroos as also humans are vertebrate animals. Animals such as snails, cockroaches, earthworms do not have a vertebral column and therefore they are invertebrate animals. 2. Name some animals which lay eggs and others which give birth to their young ones. We have learnt that producing another living thing like oneself is called reproduction. A hen lays eggs and hatches them. After a few days, the young chicks hatch out of the eggs. A cow gives birth to a calf. Before that, the calf grows within the cow's body. According to the mode of reproduction, animals are classified into two types, namely, oviparous animals which lay eggs and viviparous animals which give birth to their young ones. 3. Where are the animals, namely, a horse, a bear, a tortoise, an alligator, a fish, a deer and a frog to be found? According to their habitat, animals are usually classified into terrestrial and aquatic animals. However, animals like a frog, salamander, toad live in both places, namely, land and water. Therefore, they are called amphibious animals. A kite, an eagle, a crow, a butterfly, a honeybee all fly in the air, though they live in different places. These animals are said to have an aerial mode of life. Always remember, in the living world, a lot of diversity is seen both in animals and plants. Every plant and animal is unique. We should all make efforts to conserve this diversity in the living world. What we have learnt. Plants are classified on the basis of their height and the shape of stems, period of life cycle and habitat. Animals are classified on the basis of the cell structure, vertebral column, method of reproduction, and habitat. Chapter end. Find the answer book in the description of the video. Take 15-minute break before starting next chapter. EduGram help you to understand chapters in audio-visual ways that is also for free. Get the audiobook, explanation videos, question-answer book, exam preparation materials for free. Like, share and subscribe EduGram. Stay tuned for next chapter.